He's making plays for this team.
And then here's more from Ben DiNucci, the 7th-round pick out of James Madison. Down he goes, and out it comes. And in the end, it would be the Eagles who would win it by a score of 23-9 as they bring this one back 53 yards for a touchdown. So the Eagles are 3-4-1 with the win, and with that, they are in first place in the NFC East. And it was another rough night turnover-wise for the Cowboys, and that has been a theme for Dallas all year. They've allowed 97 points off turnovers, which is most in the NFL. They've allowed 13 off turnovers in 6 of their 8 games this season. And so, Rex Ryan, as you watch the Cowboys play right now, what is the first thought that goes through your mind?
You realize how good Dak Prescott is. I mean, that's what you think of. Absolutely. They are horrendous without him. And look, that offense, one of the best offenses in the league, led the league in offense when Dak Prescott plays. That's what I think about him.
They were down. They in the 3 games they've played without him, they've scored a total of 1 touchdown. It came when they were down 31-3 in a game against the Cardinals with 3 minutes left. So they've essentially not scored a touchdown that was meaningful the entire time. Ryan Clark, what are we supposed to say here? I mean, what are we supposed to say today about this game?
That you understand that this is 2 bad teams playing, but one reason why it's bad is because the best player, the best leader, the best person in an entire organization is no longer a part of the team, and the team is falling apart, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. When you look at these 2 teams, the relationships between their quarterbacks are totally different. The relationship between Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles is a very toxic relationship. It's like being in a relationship with Future, the rapper, right? You think it's going to go really well for most of the time, but you're going back and forth because you're trying to figure out, do I love him or do I hate him? That's where Carson Wentz is. That's where he's bringing Dan every day. He throws Dan away, and then he throws the fishing pole out, hooks him again, and brings him back in. But he's doing that to the fans, and he's doing that to the organization. But on the other side, you got your lifer. On the other side, you got the one that you need to marry. That's going to be a ride or die. That's going to show up every single day, and that's going to make everything about your life better. The Dallas Cowboys are terrible. They're abysmal. They're hot trash, straight up burning garbage. But Dak Prescott made them interesting every week. Dak Prescott made a team compete. Dak Prescott showed a team that they could be in every game because of who he was as a player and a man. That's not what we see right now between these 2 teams. And I really don't want to see either one of them play a playoff game the way that they're playing now.
We do need to talk about Wentz, though, because he does have the moments, and he is supposed to be the difference maker in the division. What do you see?
He was lucky that they played against Ben DiNucci last night. I mean, that's the truth. And the reality is this, it's getting really hard to stand up here and continue to have number 11s back. And I'll continue to do it. But I'm sick and tired of hearing you in post-game press conferences go, I just got to be smarter with the football.
No kid.
No, duh. I know that. My 8-year-old son who plays flag football knows that. Like, at some point, stop saying it in your press conference and just start doing it. Because the reality is this. You will either smartly play your team into the playoffs or stupidly play your team out of the playoffs. And that's such a simple concept to grasp, and you're talented enough to do it. I will say this, watching the football game last night, you guys ever wake up in the middle of the night and watch an infomercial at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then you're watching it for an hour, you go, why am I watching
I usually bias that too.
That's what I felt like watching that game last night. I'm sitting there going, why am I watching this game? It's awful.
At the end of but did you order the product? I mean, that's the question. At some point, maybe you order the knife. All right, up with the rumble, the fumble, and the stumble. The Steelers stay perfect, and their arch rivals have a whole lot to figure out. Meanwhile, the Packers have 1 day to figure out what this guy needs to get over the top. The clock is officially ticking in Green Bay. And then he didn't need to do more. What did our crew see in Tua's debut? We're wall-to-wall football on a Monday edition of Get Up, starting right now. Back in our studios, Greeny, Rex Orlovsky, and Ryan Clark are ready to go as we take you through an extraordinary day in the National Football League, and it begins with the rivalry renewed. First ever meeting of Ben Roethlisberger and Lamar Jackson, 25th meeting for John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, and early on, Dan, it's a pick right off the bat.
What a way to start this game for the Steelers defense. They drop out in zone coverage. Lamar goes to number 2 in his read. The linebacker's playing, just waiting right there for him to throw it to him. Catch it, score. Steelers defense defense.
It's a pick six in the first minute of the game. But the Ravens matriculate the ball down the field, and then it's Jackson and it's Miles Boykin, and we're all tied.
This is an outstanding play by Lamar. He feels pressure come off his right. He's got one-on-one on a linebacker, throw it to that back pylon, touchdown Ravens.
The Ravens have the lead, and they're looking to control the game, and he throws another
He
pick.
just never sees that underneath defender. We're going to get into this. It's a certain kind of pressure Pittsburgh ran. He's trying to get the ball up over the top. He doesn't. Interception again.
Play really turned the game around because then the Steelers start to cook. Ebron, touchdown.
Empty set. They get a one-on-one matchup, and it's a blown coverage by the Ravens defense on that shallow cross by Ebron. Great job by Big Ben finding him.
Again, Big Ben heating up. Juju tough down to the
Play
one.
of the game. That's the play of the game to me. Juju sees it the same way as Big Ben does, and it gets that easy touchdown for the Steelers.
James Conner takes it in. Steelers up by 4, but Lamar Jackson hanging in. Deep for Devin DuVernay.
Outstanding job by Duvernay at just seeing that coverage, double move, go up, and then this is a great job of just finding space in that end zone. Lamar drifts, touchdown Hollywood Brown.
Now we're going back and forth. Ravens are up by 3, under 8 minutes to go. Steelers, first and goal. Roethlisberger, Claypool.
This is so savvy by Big Ben. He knows what the coverage is going to be. It's an awesome job by Claypool, and just a little nuance by Big Ben with the shoulder pump creates that touchdown for the Steelers.
2 minutes left. Clutch time here for Lamar Jackson. 4th and 3 from the 7. He's going to keep it, and down he goes.
And everyone expects that Lamar is going to be a runner in that situation. This is a great play by the nose tackle. But you see all the white jerseys coming. They knew that Baltimore was going to put the ball in Lamar's hand on that quarterback draw, and they fired.
But the Steelers would go 3 and out, so the Ravens would get one more shot. And here's another 4th down, 26 seconds left. This time it's good for 32 to Willie Snead.
Outstanding job by Willie Snead, who had a great game of just finding those soft spots in the zone. Lamar hanging in the pocket and creating a big chunk in the pass game.
So they spike it. 5 seconds left now from the Pittsburgh 23 for the win. And it's not there.
Outstanding break on the football by Mika Fitzpatrick. You're going to see it right here. Watch him drive on the football. That is a clean play. Elevate and go make bang, bang. Steelers get a win.
Steelers unbeaten at 7-0. They win a thriller 28-24.
We got respect for him, but we don't fear him. And so, we're not surprised by anything that transpires.
The turnovers, I feel, is the reason we lost the game. I put that on me. Got to clean those up, and I feel we won that game. I feel we're at a great spot. We just got to finish.
Look, the numbers are what the numbers are. Lamar Jackson, going back to the 2019 regular season, has not beaten a team above 500. His total QBR drops off 19 points from its regular place. And so let us begin the conversation there, and we'll bring Ryan Clark into the conversation and say good morning to RC. People will look at this and they will say Lamar Jackson spectacular, but he cannot beat the good teams in big games. What do you think?
You heard Lamar Jackson say, if I do that, then we would have won the game. Right now, that would be the title of his 30 for 30. If I did that, we would have won the game. You can say the same thing against the Los Angeles Chargers. You can say the same thing against the Tennessee Titans. You can go to the 3 games against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs that he's lost and say the exact same thing. If Lamar Jackson plays better, if Lamar Jackson finds ways to get in efficient passing games, if Lamar Jackson finds ways to make plays, then the Baltimore Ravens win. But it's been too many times in the big game, in the most important moments, that Lamar Jackson and his offense hasn't made the plays to win football games. Right now, they are viewed through a championship bubble. And in that bubble, they don't win when the team's as good. They don't win when the rosters stack up. They don't win when they can't physically dominate. They couldn't yesterday. And because they couldn't, he needed to be an efficient passer down the field and outside the numbers. And he couldn't do it. He has not done it. And until he does, this will always be the story of Lamar's big games. If I would have done that, we could have won the game.
Rex, you are his biggest fan.
Right.
You have been championing Lamar Jackson back to a time when almost no one else was. Is he doing enough? Are they doing enough to win a championship the way they're playing?
Yeah, and it's interesting because Ryan and I have been through these matchups a million times apiece. But the most physical team generally wins that matchup yesterday specifically. Mm-hmm. Baltimore was way more physical than Pittsburgh was. Mm-hmm. Guys, they outgained them 2-1. I mean, over 50%. More. Right. I mean, they just destroyed them, and they didn't. They bludgeoned them. And the thing is, we're going to look at this. Lamar, he talked about it. Those turnovers, that's what cost the game. They're up 10 points, And they just blew it. And, man, I mean, the Ravens, I come out of this game, I am fired up because I ran the ball down Pittsburgh's throat, something that was supposed to be impossible to do, and you guys accomplished it, yet you never won the game. It's frustrating. But, guys, whatever we do, the biggest mistake we can make is what Baltimore's done this year. They're trying to make this guy somebody he's not. He's never going to be Aaron Rodgers.